your favorite Canadian that everybody should know, Della Hayes.
Yo and hello, and good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is kind of impromptu, but slightly less impromptu than normal stream. Thanks to an email, I discovered that I have been 4 years since the first time I uploaded a video on this channel, and I managed to reach the goal for this year of 250 subs, so I figured I'd have a chill little stream with some friends and have a couple beer while I do. And speaking of friends, I don't really have any, but Johnny and Terry both decided to volunteer and pretend to be my friends today. So thank you both, and say hi, why don't you?
Okay, so hi everyone, and Jared, if you're out there, just send me a message and I'll send you the link.
There you go.
And congratulations, De La Hazed.
I think it's a Z. I think it's a Z.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's just how it was written down. I'm sorry. I don't know if I mispronounced it.
he used to capitalize the letters so you knew how to do it. He's changed that.
Yeah, you know, I felt bad for whenever Scribe went to read my name and just his brain seemed to stop functioning when he did. So I made it simpler to read.
Yeah. That was funny. It's like, Del Hazed? He was mystified.
And then even funnier is just Ranting Monkey. Della Hazed.
Yeah.
The guy who can't pronounce anything corrected him.
Right. Just and not even that he just corrected him. He did it so nonchalantly. It's just like, oh, that's just Della Hazed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what, Monkey? You speak English? Well, I mean, I guess that's not fair. My name. You won't find that in the dictionary.
I haven't watched Monkey in... I mean, I think I watched him a couple of days ago, but I've been watching him a lot less. I really should try and get back into that. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of sick of the news, so I find myself avoiding Lords of the Night. And Monkey in the Morning is too erratic. I can't plan for it. So I'm usually doing something and I don't want to stop. I was like, fuck it. I'll just keep doing this.
Oh yeah, it's funny because like I haven't seen a Monkey stream in almost 2 weeks now, and I've been back since Saturday evening, but or Sunday afternoon your time, Terry. And anytime he's going to do a stream, he says, I see a tweet that he's going to sleep, and it's like, okay, cool. And then by the time I get to sleep around probably 3 to 4:30 at the latest my time, an hour later he's doing a stream. I find out when I wake up. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. It's so erratic that you really like you can't plan for it. You can't be like, okay, Monkey's going to be on in a couple of hours, so I'll do this, which I know is going to take 2 hours, and then I can go watch Monkey. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do one tonight. Like, okay, cool. I'll go do... Oh, no, he's streaming already.
Yeah.
It's, hey, it's his show. He can do it how he wants. But, yeah, it's very hard to catch the show if you don't know when it's going to be on ahead of time.
And also, I'm used to Monkey, when he says he's going to sleep, he'll probably do a stream when he wakes up or something like that. He'll wake up probably around the time I do normally when he does that. And then a couple hours later, or at the most, he'll do a stream or something like that at the earliest. No, you know, an hour after I fall to fucking sleep because there's nothing else to watch or do.
Yeah, no, it's a shame because I do like Monkey and Jack together. I think they've got a really good chemistry. They work well together. But yeah, it's just very, very difficult to catch the show when it's live.
Right. Yeah, and I personally don't have any interest in. I'm not the type of guy to sit there and watch a live stream post live.
No, me neither. For me, a good portion of the value of a live stream is interacting with either the people on the stream or the people in the chat. Neither of which you can do on a replay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare when I catch a replay.
Yeah, it's why if I feel like I'm being ignored in chat, like during Minions, for instance, when they get sort of so caught up with what they're talking about, they stop checking chat. I just leave because like, and they're not paying attention to me. I might as well go do something else.
Right. Yeah, when that happens to me, I just go back to blending into the background like I normally do lately, and just I'll either leave the thing entirely or I'll leave it running and pull up another tab or something else and do that and watch that in the meantime at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that.
For me, it depends. If I need to hear what I'm doing, then I'll mute it. Otherwise, I'll just let it run and stop paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm playing a video game where I need to hear what's happening in the game, then I'll just mute the stream so I can focus on it. Otherwise, I just let it run. It doesn't hurt anything to leave it on in the background.
Yeah. And that's the same for me. Like I could just put it on mute and I'll go and open up another YouTube tab and look for the sound bites I'm looking for videos I'm trying to work on or going to be working on and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta snag something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. And then, side note, today I've got a different gallery up on the stream compared to what I have for normal. I took a couple brief clips and pics of some scenery of the trip I was on. Just nothing much. I'm not really big on that kind of thing, but I figured it'd be something different and nice to look at. So.
Well, when you bring back what's her name, Danielle Harris, let me know and I'll pay attention to the screen again.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. She never leaves me. She's always on some sort of screen I have.
Excellent. No, because I mean, obviously I've got the stream open so I can see the driving, but my attention is because I'm watching the stream on my laptop, but actually streaming from my PC. So I'm paying more attention to the PC than the laptop, unless right. Something happens in chat, then I'll pay attention to that a bit more. But for now, it doesn't seem to be much activity in chat. So.
And there's that cute little savage I met while I was down there. We stayed with my brother's dad at his place, and before we got there, he had adopted this kitten that was found under one of his neighbor's trailers. There was 3 of them there, and they took 2 and didn't want the third. And apparently, this guy was pretty feral before he got him and stuff like that. So he got him so he can chase mice and stuff like that around the lot.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm not much for animals in person, but like on video, they are exceptionally cute.
Oh yeah. Especially this. He's like, "Get your hands away from me." Okay, bring them back so I can play with them again. Now get them away from me.
I remember when my mum wanted to get a cat because she wanted it to kill. She wanted it to kill, or at least chase away the lizards in the backyard, and I was the one who said she should get a female cat, not a male, because the females are the ones that actually do all the hunting. And the guy at the pet shop was impressed that I knew that, because I was like only a little kid. I was like 10, and my mum was like, "Should I get a boy or a girl?" And I said, "Oh no, you get a girl because, with lions at least it's the girls who do all the hunting, and then the men just sort of get first dibs on the food once it's brought back." And yeah, the pet shop guy was like, he's actually right. Yes, you should get a female cat if you wanted to chase away pests.
Well, then he's really lucky that that little kitten is female. He doesn't know it yet, but that kitten's female. He's like, I don't know what gender it is. I'm not an expert, so I'm not gonna go check or nothing like that. I figure when I go take it to the vet for the first time for what it needs to, I'll get them to get it. I'll be like, okay, whether it's spaying or neutering it, do that, and then tell me what you did so I know what name I can use out of these two names.
Yeah.
He told me that, and then the cat went to walk away, and I could tell what gender it was. I'm like, I'll let him figure it out the way he wants to. I'm not going to ruin that for him. Sounds like he's had this thought out for at least a week. I'm good.
And then the cat turns out to be non-binary.
Well, that's pretty much how he treats it. It's like, yeah, kitty. But he just names it kitty. Fucking. And then, well, they do this, blah, 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 that. And everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. He uses they and it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I do think it's funny that, like, the whole non-binary thing got any traction at all. Like, on the face of it, it should just be laughed out of existence. It's like, you're what now? Fuck off. Come back when you're serious.
But it's non-binary erasure.
Which I think is a good thing. We need to erase them.
But I am serious. I'm seriously non-binary. You're seriously fucked up and don't know what you are.
Yeah. Like, there is no such thing. Gender is in fact a binary. It has been a binary for, well, how long have species existed on Earth? Millions and millions of years.
Since science was discovered.
It didn't just change in the last 10 years. But suddenly there's more than two now.
How dare he?
I'll say it again. I don't give a shit.
I'm waiting.
No, I just think it's funny how, like, people are taking it as, well, he's erasing my sexuality. I'm like, no, he's saying you were a male, you were born a male. We don't care what you want to bang. We could give two shits.
Unless he's got a piece of paper and a pencil and he's literally erasing the words my. Yeah, you're. That's the only.
Your gender.
Yeah, my gender or your gender, whatever you want to fucking call it. Then that's not happening. That's the only way that'll happen. Even then, who fucking cares? Quit crying.
Well, maybe we're misunderstanding it all. Maybe buy erasure is like when you go to the CD shop and you buy like the band Erasure. Because, I mean, I only know one of their songs, but I mean, apparently they were pretty decent. Well, not good, but popular.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows anymore?
Buying a bulk of erasers. Yeah, well.
Oh, and I was on Twitter and Kefty mentioned, you know that guy Mike Rowe?
Yeah.
I was disappointed to find out that he's not actually short because his name reads as Micro. He should be short. Like, we have rules about these things.
Hey, man. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Not all names were given based on premonition. Some people don't live up to the name. Take this girl I know named Orly.
Well, I suppose the number of hookers named Chastity is probably testament to that.
There you go.
That's a dumb name. Like, don't name your kids after virtues that you hope they will have.
Oh, this is my daughter, Sincerity. Not after
Yeah.
I'm done with her.
This is my daughter walks with limp.
How'd she get that name? Well, let's not get into that, shall we? Walks with limp. That sounds like a native name. This is the chief's daughter. Walks with limp. She was adopted and she had to go through the initiation to be in our tribe.
Yeah. There's I don't know what kind of alcohol it is, but there's an alcoholic drink in Australia called Two Dogs, and it's definitely a reference to the joke.
Nice.
What is in that drink?
I don't know. I think it's like vodka and lemon or something like that. I haven't actually tried it, but I've seen it because I used to work in the bar. There is a drink called Two Dogs. Yeah. It's sort of like one of those there's sort of mixed drinks that like already mixed. Like it's
Brewed like
vodka
beer,
plus.
tastes like lemonade.
Yeah. And it's sort of like one of those drinks you give girls because it doesn't taste like alcohol, so they'll drink more of it.
Yeah. Those drinks. The white girl drinks.
Which reminds me, it was so funny in Minions yesterday. I made a joke about the standard way to pick up women being chloroform and a rag, and Check Your Logic had no idea what I was talking
I
about.
saw that. That was adorable. Even after you explained
He's
it
like-
so subtly.
That's the
Yeah. He's like, what? And I said, that's the standard way you pick up women. He's like, yeah, but I don't understand. How does it work? Oh, how does that? And he's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, that's probably for the best. Take your innocence while you can.
You
okay. Do you know how old is he?
He refuses to give an exact number, but he said it's between 20 and 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with early to mid.
Okay, that's adorable then.
Hmm.
Young enough to still be adorable. So let's see. Yeah.
That was so funny. Like, I thought it was incredibly clear what the implications I was making were, but apparently not.
Perhaps he didn't. Perhaps
We've been darkened by the internet.
Perhaps the effects of chloroform escape his mind.
Possibly so.
That could be the key factor in his not understanding. Chloroform. What's chloroform? I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, if he ever goes and looks it up, he's going to think I'm a very, very horrible person.
Honestly,
He's
I'm
gonna
surprised-
smell right. Hey, this kind of reminds.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't look it up last night and come back and check. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because they were talking about dating sites, and he said that if you join one because you're bored, are you doing it right? And I said, well, it depends how you expect the website to relieve your boredom. If you're expecting it to provide you with temporary access to a vagina, and then that vagina reduces your boredom, then yes, you're using it perfectly.
Yeah.
That's that's the purpose of the site, is to provide men with temporary access to vaginas and women with temporary access to penis, and then to never see each other again, because you don't get relationships from those sites, as Della was saying at the time.
Exactly. Like I said last night, if you are using a dating site to find a relationship, you are using it wrong. You want to find
That is very true.
You want to find an easy lay? Right place to go.
If you're a woman, definitely. If you're a man, if you're hot. If you're a hot man, then yes. If you're just an average-looking guy, probably going to have more misses than hits, but you'll get there in the end.
Just
As someone who has
somebody
used
who-
one, that's as someone who has used one, that's 5 months of misses.
Oh, okay. um, I've never used one because, as I was pointing out yesterday, I like being alone. Like, I don't want other people around. Having a girlfriend would interfere with that, so I'm quite happy to stay alone.
Yeah, I've got too much of my own shit to work on. I ain't gonna be able to pay attention to someone else.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, just the thought of having to include another person into my life is like, yeah, I really don't want to.
Yeah,
I like having the freedom to do what I want when I want. I don't want to have to run things past a girlfriend. Oh no, actually, I promised we'd go, visit my mother that week. Ugh, fine.
you promised that we would go visit your mother. Fucking call her and tell her you were wrong. You can go all you want. I'm not
It's
saying you can't, woman. I'm just saying we ain't going.
yeah. I think I would be bad at the relationship thing. I'm very very self focused.
Yeah, I I don't trust people, so that would also be another difficulty in that for me. So,
Yeah, that's another one.
but here, let me get this. No, well, what's the big deal? It's just lunch. Yeah, I'll get mine. Well, no, I got it. No, 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 no. I got it. I got my
You
own.
don't.
I'll either get both, or we'll get our own. That's how it's gonna work. Well, why?
Mhm.
I look. I don't like people
Because
buying my
Stone
shit.
Cold said so.
There you go. Because Stone Cold said so. That's the bottom line.
No, maybe we should start inviting him too. We'll
Fuck yeah.
we'll put him on the list.
Fuck yeah, there you go. And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so, bitch.
I'm still agreeing with Terry's Hellcat 316. Just said I just ate a banana.
Nice.
Yeah, since I realized I have not had an allergic reaction, I have been eating bananas like mad. Like,
Well, that's good. It's always good when you find out that you don't have something that you were worried that you might have. Because I used to think I was allergic to seafood, and I wasn't. It just happens that it was a dust storm that made me sick, and I didn't even consider that you could be allergic to dust. So when I had a blood test done for my skin, they said, sorry, I said, can you test it whether I'm allergic to seafood or not? Because you know, previous doctors have said that I am. And it came like, no, you're not. What are you talking about? Like, okay, good.
well, and what's really funny is when I got my scratch test done, she's like, "Oh, well, normally when we do scratch tests for food, you need to bring the food that you are supposedly allergic to."
Okay.
And so she's like, "Well, just your luck. I happen to have a banana in my lunchbox." I'm
Oh
like,
god.
all right. So she used a slice of her banana to test my food allergy,
Hmm.
and of course, it turns out I didn't have it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm thinking of is it must be the prescription that I was on.
Yes, which
Um,
led to the amateur Zach comment.
yes.
It's I don't really like bananas, so I would be fine with not being able to eat them. But if you like bananas, then yeah, it's good that you can eat them again.
So, you've been binging out on bananas since you got the green light?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Note to self: use the DK rap to introduce Johnny from now on.
Yes.
Make sure Badger's here so we can fully enjoy the DK rap because we know it's his favorite song.
I was actually thinking, does he take donations over his streams?
I
Should
think it
do.
uses stream labels or something like that. Yeah.
Because I was thinking if you can, like you do with like Streamlabs and stuff like that, if you can write something over there, I was thinking about donating to him and then just putting the lyrics to the DK rap in there.
Oh yeah. He'll
I've,
he'll read it, and if
I've
he's
done that
reading on a
before.
stream, he'll probably read part of it and then be like, "No, no, okay, no, I'm done. That's not happening, guys. No. I
And
know
then I will
exactly what
shortly
you meant."
be and then be kicked out.
Yeah.
No, not kicked out. Yeah.
But that was so funny. He got so worked up over that song. It was like it became a game trying to force him to play it, like song requesting it, and then he'd blacklist it, and so we'd have to find a different video on YouTube to song request that was like the same song but a different link,
Exactly.
and he ended up banning the phrase DK rap, so you couldn't song request it at all. There was no way to even make it show on screen if you put those words in your chat.
Yep.
Well, then that would just be how many times can you think of a clever phrase to play the
Yeah.
song? Like just keep uploading it randomly with different titles. Like,
Uh, I don't even know why he got so angry about it. Like, even if you don't like it, it's like 3 minutes long, less than. And it's not like it's an 8 minute epic. It's like it's a shitty novelty rap from a video game.
And it entertains your audience. Is that not what you're there to do in the first place?
Yeah,
But hey, each their own.
yeah. That's why I definitely preferred your ones, Della, on Twitch, where like you didn't give a fuck what songs anyone requested. It's like it became a bit of a meme that I would always start every stream by requesting the DK rap.
And then I even made the shortcut to requesting that song!
Yeah.
Exclamation point Badger.
Yes. And it was interesting because if you did song request DK rap, it actually found the wrong video. It found like this weird parody version of it where like they put all this extra focus on the coconut gun for some reason. Like it was his coconut gun fires in coconut guns. And he's like
Yeah.
CG coconut gun instead of DK Donkey Kong. It was the weirdest thing, and I don't know why anyone made it, but that's what came up if you requested the DK rap, and that's why Della needed the shortcut is because he did a link to the proper one with the full link rather than relying on the stupid search function that came up with the wrong video.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought it was, and like I said when I did it, I thought it was a good idea because, you know, I noticed that there were certain songs that were being requested quite frequently, and having to
Yes.
go through and find them and copy and paste the links over and over again, it's got to be a hassle, so why not
Mm-hmm.
just make a simpler way to do it? And
It,
luckily, the bot I was using had a function that allowed me to do so, so I did it.
and 6 Words Long by Weird Al was another one that got a lot of play.
Oh, yeah. Exclamation point 6.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even a reference to the next 6 minutes. Like, if
I
we
didn't
did
even
that,
know 6 then.
exactly, like if we did that now, exclamation mark 6 would be something related to him. But back then, we didn't know the guy, so it was just a number.
Oh, yeah. I miss being able to do that, though. Fucking, the music streams were so much fun.
Yeah, they were.
It was so nice being able to have people come. Because, like, I don't go out looking for new music or nothing like that. If I happen to stumble across it, that's good, but it's very rare, and it's even rarer that I'll see something on a page, on a web page or something like that, and click on it just to try it. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
new music is not something I come across very easily. So having people come and share their music interests, that enabled me to experience new things without the brain going like, you know, I don't really care enough to try, or I don't care
Yeah,
enough to
yeah.
reject it. It's like you got no choice, and you know, it was great. And the audience got
Well,
to
yeah,
see my taste sometimes too.
there's a lot of sort of psychological inertia where you don't want to take the first step because you don't know if you'll like it. Whereas if someone else is just playing it and you happen to hear it, then I mean, you might as well listen to it.
Exactly. Fucking stupid YouTube doing there.
Yeah, they keep pulling your streams down for copyright.
Like if it wasn't for that one time, then I wouldn't have. Then if that one time never happened, then I would still be doing it to this day.
Of course.
Because I had no problem with going in afterwards and like, okay, so you're gonna run ads because of this, blah blah blah, blah, or only a few countries aren't gonna be able to play this stream in there, and that's okay with these few as long as it doesn't include countries I know people are in that watch my content.
Yeah. It doesn't matter too much if people in Ghana can't watch the stream.
I'll live. I'm sure they will too.
But wasn't there a platform, something like Caffeine or something like that you could do the music on?
Yes. Unfortunately, that takes a bit of work to set up and stuff like that. So, and it's also, I haven't actually spent much time on it, so I'm not really comfortable with it yet. But
okay,
it is something. It is something I do keep in the back of my mind.
Okay, no, because I remember that was like the solution you found was that was a website that didn't seem to mind you doing the music stuff.
Right. And I don't know how many updates they've had, if any, since the last time I've used it. I'm sure it's still going.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'd have to check into the TOS and stuff like that for a brief review of any updates and whatnot if I were to do that.
And not that I like the platform, but Twitch didn't seem to mind the music too much. They just muted it on replays.
Yeah, and if I can go in there and download it before they do their edits, I can still get the version of the stream that has unmuted music if I wanted to as well. But I'd have to be quick on that.
Yeah. No, it is a shame because I did quite enjoy those music streams.
Mm-hmm.
It did sometimes feel like I was dominating the request because not a lot of people wanted to request for some reason. But it was good when like other people did actually put requests in.
Yes. You know, it's funny actually. I got an email while I was out of town. Apparently, I got a copyright on one of the past streams I did with. From one of the songs that was played on it just last month.
Okay.
Just this month, rather. From 2 years ago. Finally decided, we're going to run ads on for this song, too, now. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't see them being much issue with them running ads.
As long as you're not blocking the video or threatening my status in any way as a creator, limiting me as a creator from what I already am, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like I'm trying to make money off this shit. You guys want to make money? Go nuts. Good luck with my content. If it works for you, go for it.
Yeah, I think they do it more out of principle than any expectation of financial return. I think the law says they have to actively maintain.
You might as well do it to these people.
Well, I think if they let it slide, it sets a precedent. So they have to go after everything they find. Otherwise, they lose the trademark or the copyright or something like that.
Right.
Which is a stupid law, but...
Yeah, well.
It was actually... there was a game I used to play called Discworld Mud. And it was based on the series of books by Terry Pratchett. And Terry Pratchett's official stance was, never heard of it. Like, obviously he knew it existed because people constantly asked him about it. Like, people who played the game, when they met the man at book signings, would bring it up and never heard of it. Mm-hmm. And as long as that was because he didn't want to shut them down. and if he acknowledged the existence, then legally he would have lost his I don't know, like his trademark or his copyright or something. There was something that you have to pursue actively to maintain, and in order to not lose it, I don't know what is that.
Right.
Which I thought was very decent of him. Like, if he wanted to, he could have shut that place down with the snap of his fingers. But
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
it's good to have someone like that. Oh, he's not around anymore, but someone who understands keeping the audience happy. Like, if it doesn't actually hurt you, then don't shut them down. Like, he was not losing any book sales because people were playing a game with his characters in it.
Right.
And so he had no real reason to want it shut down, but legally he would have had to pursue it if he acknowledged the existence of it.
Of course.
I mean, he actually made book sales out of me because I'd never heard of the guy before I started playing the game, and then I went out and bought a whole bunch of his books. So I mean, free advertising that worked, I guess.
What did he rate?
Discworld is the series. It's sort of parody fantasy, so it's sort of like all the usual fantasy tropes that you get. He tries to make fun of, while still having a fairly cohesive story. Like, it's not just jokes; it's a funny story. And it sort of lampoons some of the more prevalent things that come up in those stories. But yeah, no, he's a good author. Or he was. He's passed away from Alzheimer's, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks.
Alzheimer's is one of the most terrifying things I can conceive of. It's like you don't even retain you. Like, you stop being who you are because your whole brain goes, like all your memories, and like you essentially lose your entire identity.
Yeah. It's not something I would wish on anyone.
No, it sounds terrifying.
Well, maybe one person, but they'd have to push it a bit further first.
Come on, Badger's not that bad.
Surprisingly, I wasn't referring to a German.
But no, I mean, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Like, as much as I despise the auntie who extorted me out of $50,000, I wouldn't even wish it on her. I'm happy to just have her out of my life. I'm not going to actively wish harm upon her. As long as she stays out of my life, she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah. Leave me be and bygones and all that.
Yeah, live and let live. Just stay the fuck out of my life, and I'll stay the fuck out of yours. I want nothing to do with you.
Want to ruin that though? I got no problem being a dick. That's just me.
Yeah, no, it's like, if she was still actively interfering in my life, then probably a different story. But I mean, I gave her $50,000 on the condition that she fuck off forever, and she's kept to that. So, at least she kept her word.
Damn. That's all it took to fucking solve my problem. Oh man, I'd come up with that real quick.
There's an old joke which says, if you lend someone $50 and then never see them again, it was worth it.
Yeah.
This is just that on a much higher scale.
Yeah. Met someone down in BC who had a story that ended just like that.
No, that was one of my favorite jokes because, like, even before the thing happened with my auntie, it just there's such a funny, unusual way of looking at the situation, and it just sort of stuck with me. And it's true, though. I mean, if that's the kind of person that would just steal $50 from you, it's worth the $50 to never see them again. It's actually a very true statement. It's just very amusingly phrased.
Yeah. I mean, there's people who pay a lot more and still don't get that result.
Yeah. It's the same as why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the best parts. That's probably the best part of the Dukes and Hazard movie with Sean William Scott, Johnny Knoxville, and all them. Fucking Willie Nelson
Okay.
doing those dad jokes. They're fucking driving from the law and throwing Molotovs at them as they drive by. And before he throws every Molotov, Willie Nelson's character looks at Johnny Knoxville's character and he just lists off a dad joke. Why is divorce so expensive? Because they're worth it. So it was Molotov.
There was one of the wrestling games actually had a really good line from one of the commentators. I forget his name, Jerry Lawler.
Oh, Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, and he was saying a man doesn't know true happiness until he's married, and then it's too late.
That
Yeah.
is the king to a T. Oh man, I miss those days. Fucking
Yeah, you couldn't get away with something like that in today's world.
You couldn't get away with anything in the WWF today, man. Fucking mud wrestling, bikini contest, strip fucking matches.
Yeah. Oh, they lived up to their Attitude Era. There's definitely some edgy stuff going on.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
fucking
And
Stone
I
Cold
like
coming to the stage, cracking open 2 beers and chugging them at the same time. Fucking couldn't get away with that now.
Yeah, no. But I like it. I prefer entertainment to have a slight edge to it because the alternative is Full House.
The one thing I thought was funny with Austin is like the guy who threw the beers to him had like almost pinpoint accuracy to his hand.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know who's throwing that thing right now, but that guy's got that guy should have a contract with just throwing shit. Like
That was fucking awesome.
But I gotta say, I did prefer the Undertaker when he was sort of like the undead, sort of creepy zombie guy, rather than the blacker guy. I didn't seem to fit him at all.
Yeah. Before he was American Badass, and then he came back as the American Badass Undertaker.
Yeah, no, he was better when he was like the mystical zombie that just had these magic powers. Like the whole thing where he lies down and then just suddenly sits bolt upright was because he was like a zombie. That's where that came from, and then I think he still does it.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
But it sort of it doesn't make sense anymore because he's just a dude. Whereas before it was like he was being reanimated, like that was the whole joke. He's a zombie and Paul Bearer was bringing him back from unconsciousness.
Oh man, Paul Bearer had the perfect fucking face to go with the
Oh,
whole
did he ever?
theme.
And the voice.
Oh
Yeah.
man, everything like just fucking. He was the perfect. He was like he had the perfect fucking penguin-like body, you know, like the Danny DeVito type
Yes.
penguin. He like the way he would fucking carry out the urn and all that shit, man. The drama in his face when he spoke and his eyes, the way they'd light up.
Well, he was very good at the role.
Oh,
Like
man.
he was very, very funny to watch.
Can we,
Like, he's
can
very
we trade
entertaining.
Paul Heyman for Paul Bearer?
Yeah. I think
Please.
Paul Bearer is dead though.
I know. Can we trade Paul Heyman?
It's funny because I just did a search on Paul Bearer and it comes up with American Mortician. Like that's that's the description of him on Google.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Some of the questions that come up on Google are just bizarre. It's like is Paul Bearer really Kane's father? No, of course not.
God damn.
Like, why would you think they were? They're actors.
Wow. But you know, kids probably did it. Kids were probably asking those questions, like, you know, believing the stories and whatnot.
I guess, but
When I was watching it, I was young and impressionable enough that I believed it for a hot minute.
of course, I
They
mean,
were actually brothers, and had my suspicions. Oh, is Paul Bearer their father or something like that? You know?
okay, like if you're 10 years old and your imagination runs away with you, that's all fine. But I don't know. I expect Google to be run by adults.
Yeah, unfortunately, the term adults has been used loosely since I don't know 1998,
Fair enough.
looser and looser by the year.
But I do like the thing that came up on your screen saying not all disabilities look like this. Some look like blue check marks.
Yeah,
I love that one.
it's not wrong.
It's not.
Uh, and then this one always reminds me of Scribe. I don't know why, just the scrawny body and the cane and the mustache.
Oh right, yeah.
It just seems perfect for the Dr. Pepper art.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the similarity. Like, especially the moustache is very similar to the one that is on the updated uh, picture that he uses,
Right.
like the fan art that he uses, because obviously the original painting is facing the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say that's an incredibly good job that Knight of Charlemagne did, because you wouldn't know that that wasn't the original painting. Like it fits really really well. Like it really does look like you're just looking at the other side of the guy.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Yeah.
Kimmel.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, hey Kimmel.
I'm doing all right. Finally starting to get the rains up here from, I guess, the hurricanes.
Uh,
Is that a good or bad thing for you?
Uh, I mean, cooling everything down a little bit. But like my whole week's forecast is at least 50% chance of thunderstorms.
good.
I went to go pick up some mail from my grandmother's house, and right as I walked out the door, there was a lightning strike, fairly close. Like the crack of thunder almost immediately followed the flash.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go home and rest of the day. Just don't go outside. It's not worth it, right, Terry?
It's time to officially practice Terryism and turn around and go back in.
Absolutely. No, that is wise words from me, saying don't go outside. It's not worth it.
Such modest self-praise.
Well, when I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what you been up to, Camel?
Not much really. Just trying to keep from being smited by God and whatnot.
Fair, fair. I can see how that might be a bit worrisome.
Well, that is the immediate concern, at least for the
It's a
time
fairly
being.
high priority.
No, just trying to gauge how much of a potential there is for frying my potato while I'm playing video games and whatnot.
Ah, yes, that is something to keep an eye for.
How about you guys? How's your day been? How's your Monday going?
Well, I basically I woke up, I got a message from Della, and then I was here, and that's been my day so far.
I went to my first job, and then in the middle of that, I got a text from my boss because I told him that the group home where I'm having some issues with the nurse Ratchet, as I called her, um, they've gotten to the point where I'm just refusing to work there anymore. And he's like, well, I've never heard any complaints, so you can't really not do that. And I just go, try me. And it got. I was so pissed off to the point where I was just gonna just dox everything between me, my job, and everything there. I was enraged, and then I finally got home, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Probably a good idea.
Cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah, I was, yeah, so close.
Everyone gets sort of heated from time to time, so it's understandable.
Sometimes it just takes some practice before you can get good enough, before you can handle it better.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be able to get worse, and sometimes someone's gonna prove it to you.
Yeah.
You won't always.
It could always be worse. It could be raining.
It could always be worse. You could be in Canada.
That's also true.
So, Del, I don't know if you covered this earlier, since I'm jumping in late, but is this 4 years to the day, or is this just an approximation?
This is an approximation. 4 years to the day since my first upload would have been June 28th. Or sorry, July 28th. July 28th.
I see.
Yeah. I found out in my monthly email from YouTube, the YouTube creator fucking email they send out. Apparently,
So they sent it to you a month and some too late.
Well, they sent it to me, about a month too late. Like, it comes out at the end of the month, and apparently that was within the range. Like, it was right before the 28th of July that the month started. So it's like, okay, I'm like, well, I've been meaning to look into this, but I've been too busy with making videos and scheduling them ahead of time to even be bothered with it. So this kind of saves me the effort of having to look for it. It just like, it didn't tell me an exact date, so I went and I'm like, okay, videos, date of upload, go the other direction. Okay, that's the first one. That's the date, got it. It's easier than I expected, but still took effort, which sucks.
Yeah. No one likes effort.
Yeah. And of course, I didn't upload for any other videos for around 2 years later, but that was just a one-off thing at the time. Anyways, it was when Pokemon Go came out, so.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
I'm not sad.
I will never stop laughing at that. That is so lame that Hillary came out with Pokemon Go to the polls.
I'm not sad.
And she thought she was so clever too.
I'm cringing, but I'm not sad.
The thing is, like, she thought she was so clever. She's cool and with the kids, and the kids are gonna like her because she mentioned Pokemon Go. And like, no, it's incredibly lame.
Well, you can Pokemon Go to jail then, Hillary, because that was a shitty ass pun. That was a criminally bad pun.
Pokemon Go to hell.
Yeah.
Whoa, bro! What did I ever do to you? Okay, that's where I'm going when I die. Why you gotta be like that?
But I do like the idea that heaven is actually worse than hell because it's so fucking boring. Like, all the cool stuff is in hell.
Exactly.
And like, all there is to do in heaven is sit around praising God. And like, and just boring as fuck for the rest of eternity.
Isn't that why Twain said you go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company?
Indeed. That's one of my favorites too. I do really like that saying.
Yeah. And of course, I like the idea that people have been bouncing around lately of hell is just, you're basically torturing yourself throughout eternity with your own guilt and whatnot kind of thing.
Well, I do like what's it called? No Escape was No Exit, No Exit by Sartre, where it's like the hell is just these three people that hate each other, and like the door's open, they can leave whenever they want, but they refuse to let the other two have the satisfaction of like winning the exchange, so they stay there and be miserable to make the other two even more miserable. And that's where like hell is other people. That's where it comes from. Is that play by Sartre?
Bunch of stubborn bastards.
Yeah, and the whole point is like they could leave whenever they want. It's just they're too stubborn to do it.
Right. Not that I have any room to comment, but yeah, that's some pretty stupid stubbornness.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing of it is it's their own their own flaws as people is what's tormenting them. It's not it's not like a pitchfork and fire and brimstone. It's their own failings as people is what's being used to torment them.
And that's what the in the show Lucifer. That's kind of how they present hell.
Yeah. And I'm so pissed they only have half the season out.
Which show is this?
Lucifer?
Oh, okay, haven't seen it.
Yeah, they just released the first half of the 5th season a week ago or so.
Oh, that's only half the season?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only 8 out of 16 episodes.
Oh, I didn't realize that was only half. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like the fourth season was only 10 episodes.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't know what to expect with this one, and I'm like, but when I went to my brother, we stopped at a hotel to spend the night on the way back in Edmonton, and my brother pulled out his Xbox, hooked it up to the TV, and put on Netflix, and then he put on Lucifer, and I'm like, oh, is this a new season? Because it sounded familiar, but because I knew it was Lucifer by the sound of it, but none of what I was hearing I had heard from any episode I watched. So I'm like, is this a new episode or something? He's like, yeah, new season came out last week. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So I watched the first 3 episodes, and then when I got home, I looked it up on the site I usually watch to watch TV and movies. Listed 16 episodes, and only 8 were out, released. I'm like, okay. I guess they're not done with the last 8 episodes yet, so.
Well, I mean, you're still waiting on the last 7 of Supernatural
Which
because
comes
of
out October 8th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is it going to go straight to Netflix too, or are they going to just air it week to week on?
I'm pretty sure they're airing it. Yeah. And then Jensen Ackles is already cast to be in The Boys season 3. Season 2 hasn't even started yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I need to get signed up so I can do the Amazon Prime catch up on The Boys.
Oh, I'm just gonna wait till it's released out more, and then I'll watch it like I normally watch things.
Well, when season 2 comes out, I'll sign up and I'll binge season 1 and 2, and I just won't renew. I'll give them some money, but I don't want one specific thing. So
yeah,
get your year.
There you go.
Well, you can't sign up monthly. Is it straight yearly?
Yeah, I think it's just for the year.
Oh.
Hmm. Well, I mean, they got some other stuff on Amazon that I could probably watch that I hadn't seen in a while.
There you go.
I could have swore you could do it monthly. I thought it was like $12.99 or something like that.
I don't know. I did it monthly when I signed up, or yearly, just so I didn't have to worry about paying.
I had it free for the longest fucking time because of I signed up as a college student.
Well, all Aren't we the special one?
Signed up with the college email address, and yeah, you got it free for. I don't know how long I had that before they started wanting me to pay for it. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I'm also kind of interested to see how that New Mutants.
Oh,
movie
you can do monthly.
Without spoiling anything from the show, what did you think about the casting for God and Lucifer?
I have not made it that far yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't know what to expect, but I don't know.
Oh, I was assuming that everyone else had already finished it too.
After Tim's experience as pseudo god, I was probably a little let down by that, but I didn't really mind it. I just as soon as I heard the voice, I'm like, oh, the episode's ending, cliffhanger of the season. I'm like, and then it cuts to him. He says his line, and then yeah, I'm like, damn it. Well played. Well played.
I just thought it was interesting considering they had didn't they have Neil Gaiman voicing God in that one episode?
Oh yeah, wasn't it like the last episode of like season 3 or first episode of season 4?
It was the penultimate episode. It was the preseason finale.
Right, where they did that alternate timeline kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I liked who they picked. I'm a fan of that dude, but I just thought it was kind of weird considering I was like, God, their voices do not sound all that much similar. I mean, yeah, sure, he sounds like he could play God, absolutely, but it does not sound in line with what they've already had God represented as sounding.
It would have been really funny if they just got Rob Benedict to do it.
Just get Morgan Freeman. He's officially God, isn't he?
Well, they got close enough to Morgan Freeman. I mean, he's got a good enough voice compared to Morgan Freeman's.
Is it Morgan Me-Man?
And did he sell insurance?
I don't know. He didn't stick around long enough to find out. Typical father, right?
Hey, the cigarette shop is just a really long way away, okay? He'll be back.
Then how come I'm still here? I keep coming back from there faster than he does.
He went to the
wrong store?
No, he went to the special one. It's really, really far away. He didn't want just ordinary cigarettes. He wanted the special ones. It takes a good couple of decades to...
And they're cheaper over there.
Yes, exactly.
Rich bastard.
Oh, apparently, some breaking Oklahoma news.
Oh,
The University of Oklahoma women's coach for basketball is being accused of being like insensitive to black players. Well, don't know what to say about that.
Someone is
yeah.
someone wants in.
No, someone wants out.
Ah.
Give it a few minutes, they'll be louder as they're let out. Yeah, one of the roommates just got home, I think, so they're excited and want to be let out.
Well, fellas, I'd like to stick around longer, but I'm about to go eat some dinner, so I'm going to go ahead and duck on out.
Alrighty.
Happy 4-year anniversary, Della, even if it is a month late.
Well, it's perfect for this channel, you know?
All right, guys. Later.
See you, Camel.
I should probably get going to dinner too. I need to get a nap in before my night job. So
Fair enough.
You two really are a pair. You get one. You either get both or neither. It's like Camel leaves, we lose Johnny too.
It's launching set.
We're gonna go shoot craps in the back alley.
Don't lose all your money to them sharks.
All right.
See you later,
I'll
Johnny.
see you later.
Later, bud.
And congrats, man.
Thanks.
All right, so it's just the two of us. And Jared, hurry up and get here, would you?
Pitter patter. So Ron Jeremy is trending on Twitter today.
Yeah, apparently he's up for some like sexual assault charge or something.
What was 20 more accounts of sex abuse apparently. No,
Crazy.
Yeah, for a total of 28.
It's like he gets paid to have sex with people. What does he need to assault them for?
Right? Unless that's in the script and they've consented, I don't see,
Yeah.
which I don't see an issue to. But
Yeah, I mean, if he did it, then I hope he pays the penalty and he gets put in jail. I mean, if he did it, then yeah,
yeah,
fuck him. He can go to prison.
and if he didn't, then I hope his life doesn't get too fucked up because of this.
Yeah, I think in today's world, just the accusation is going to be a pretty heavy stain on the person's character.
Yeah. Like, I've had arguments with people because I've seen people retweet some sort of headline or statement or accusation about someone, and then they don't even they don't even have to leave a comment, and half the time they don't. They just retweet it, and I'll comment in the sections like, because I've skimmed through it and I see all these people just, oh, this person's trash, blah, blah, immediately jumping to the gun, they're guilty.
Yeah,
Obviously.
exactly.
And I'll just be like,
Like-
if this person did it, that sucks. But if not,
Yes.
I really hope that there's not too many crazy people, fucking like, blah, blah, blah. And then someone, like, there was one time someone, I might have slightly worded it wrong, or they might have just been in that mindset where they were looking for someone and mine sounded close enough. It's like, they didn't say anything. And it's like, you're right. I wasn't trying to accuse them of saying anything. I was just putting it out there to put it out there.
But I mean, look at someone like Brett Kavanaugh, where by all rights, there's no evidence he did anything untoward to anyone. But you still have half the United States fully convinced he's a serial rapist purely because he was accused. We live in a time when the accusation is considered proof, and we really need to get away from that.
Yeah, like, it's innocent until proven guilty for a reason.
Absolutely.
Not guilty until proven innocent, because that just does more damage if they're proven innocent. And even if they're not, that still does more damage than waiting to find out.
Well, the problem is, it's not even guilty until proven innocent. It's guilty until guilty.
It's guilty until proven we're right.
Yeah, it's just guilty until guilty, because, like, even if you're proven innocent, too bad, you're still guilty. We don't care. We're still going to assume that everything bad in the accusations was true. It doesn't even matter if you're proven innocent anymore. It's like, yeah, but you probably did it. You just, got away with it. It's like, no, they probably didn't do it if the court found them innocent.
Too many people don't want to see someone proven innocent. They want to see what they are told confirmed. That's it. This person's guilty. Oh, so this person's guilty. How are they guilty? I just want to know. I don't care that they're not. If you prove that narrative wrong, I don't believe you. Oh, that's how they're okay. Well, now I'm going to look out for people like that. That's all they want.
No, it's like that Nick Sandman guy. He literally did nothing wrong. He stood there smiling while some jackass beat a drum in his face, and half the country of the United States hates him. And like,
he literally did the smartest, oldest trick in the book. Someone's coming and bugging you or doing something you don't like towards you, just kill them with kindness.
Yeah, look, he literally all he did was put on a smile to try and deflect, like de-escalate the situation. Try and just, I'm not gonna bait him. I'm not gonna respond. I'm just gonna let him do his thing and leave, and that's enough. No, he's wearing the wrong hat, so he's instantly evil, and he's the bad guy in that incident.
Look, I'll be the first person to tell you, kids, especially teenagers, smug little bastards. But
Yes,
not all of them. And not always either.
that's true.
Sometimes they have the moment of clarity that adults don't in certain situations. Just like it happens for everyone, regardless of age. It doesn't, like, sure, it's more likely to happen with an adult to a child, but it's not unheard of for a child to be more adult than an adult is in a situation.
Yeah,
And
of course.
in that situation, Nick Sandman was more adult than any adult in that crowd.
Absolutely.
But no, and then of course all the adults had to fucking scorn him and slander him and all that shit. Oh, this little brat, he's wearing the red hat, so he's automatically on the bad side. Everyone get him. Get him, get him,
Yeah,
get him. And you have
it's
loud mouths
crazy.
like Cassie Griffin. I want his address. I want it made public. I want his phone number. I want him harassed. These kids don't deserve to have a peaceful life. Oh my god. Bitch, shut your
It,
fucking
it,
whore mouth.
it, it's crazy because these are the same people who'll say, you know, don't shame people for what they wear. Like if not that anyone does, but you know, if someone gets raped and you say, "What was she wearing?" No, don't shame people for their choice of clothing, unless it's a red hat. Then shame them.
Right.
Like
The sense in that.
there was one woman who got attacked because she had a hat that said, "Make Bitcoin great again." Like it wasn't even a MAGA hat. It was a parody making fun of MAGA hats, and she still got beat up because it was a red hat with white writing.
There are people who've had issues because they've been in a crowd where they had a red hat that had nothing on it, completely different words, completely different colors, pictures. It doesn't matter as long as the hat was red and people saw that. They got issues.
Mm.
There's people all over that have had this situation. It's like you guys are going fucking nuts over a piece of headwear.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It doesn't even make sense.
The only time to be doing that is when someone sits in front of you in the movie theater wearing a goddamn sombrero.
That is an exception. Yeah, they should take that off.
Unless, of course, it is a nacho sombrero, in which case you call them your best friend and ask where the beer is.
I didn't know those were real things. I thought it was kind of made up for The Simpsons because Homer had one.
I think it is too. I just figured it would be funny.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's real. It sounds awesome, but
You know what? I would be amazed at this point in 2020 if someone has not recreated that, whether it was real in the first place or not. Just because,
yeah, I'm sure someone has been inspired by The Simpsons and just said, "Hey, I should make that."
and by all means, man, you would literally be the fucking center of the party.
Yeah,
Especially at the
not.
party I'm throwing.
I've got to be a nacho man.
Uh, so many puns.
Ah,
Get your own
what the
hat.
hell?
This one's not Joe's.
Like, what the hell happened to The Simpsons? It used to be the best show on TV, and now it's just sort of nothing.
They caved.
Yeah, it just sort of. It had like, say, 9 good years, and 21 and counting, and probably more than,
Oh yeah.
of just mediocre nothingness.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
they've probably been going too long. Like,
oh, it's
don't get me
definitely
wrong.
gone.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad show. I'm sure it's still good. To just not as good as it was. I think it's past its peak.
Yeah, like when the Simpsons movie came out, a lot of my friends were like really excited. And like, if this had come out 5 years ago, maybe, but No, I don't care about The Simpsons anymore. It's way past the point of being relevant.
Yeah. Like, I was eager to watch it, but I wasn't that excited for it.
I still haven't seen it. Uh,
Fair enough.
it's on my list of look. If I get a chance to watch it for free at like no real expense, sure, why not? But I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to sign up to a service just to watch it. It's not on my radar.
Right. Yeah.
And like South Park got the timing really good because when Bigger, Longer, and Uncut came out, that South Park was still a massive thing that everyone was excited about.
Oh, yeah.
And like I was very eager to see that movie. Whereas when The Simpsons came, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I haven't cared about The Simpsons in like a decade.
Like, I was a kid when Bigger, Longer, and Uncut came out. I was an adult and living on my own when the Simpsons movie came out.
Yeah,
Kinda
no,
tells you
they got
about-
the timing.
kinda
They
tells
got
you
the
about
timing
this.
all wrong.
Yeah. Like, I
It's,
like the donut promotions that they had going on around town at the local stores, especially the convenience store right beside the movie theater.
Okay.
That was a cool idea, you know. Like, they had Simpsons cans of pop, like Simpsons pop going on, like whatever I think it's like Buzz Cola or whatever it is they use in the Simpsons. They had
Yeah,
like Pepsi or Coke kind of like products that were labeled and sold as Buzz Cola,
right.
and then also like the same color and sprinkle type donuts that Homer usually eats in the Simpsons as well.
I mean, that sounds like a kind of fun experience. It's like fun tie into the movie.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a good promotional act. Like, donuts are good,
Yeah.
and the icing and sprinkles they taste the same no matter what color it is. But it's just cool. It's a nice aesthetic
Yeah.
idea.
and I think the Simpsons arcade game is probably the best thing that ever came out with the Simpsons name attached to it.
Right.
That was like I spent so much money as a kid playing that thing. Um, and in fact, when I downloaded a program called MAME, which is an arcade simulator, so
Yeah.
like all the old arcade machines,
Oh yeah,
that was
I've seen that one.
that was that was the first ROM I downloaded was the Simpsons arcade game.
Nice.
I think I've changed computers enough times that I've got no idea where that program is and where the ROM is. But I'm not like if I cared, I could download it again. But no, the first thing I thought of was okay, get The Simpsons,
Yeah.
and with the benefit of Infinite Continues, I actually got to see the ending.
There you go.
It was a good game. It was a very interest. Like most of the gameplay was just standard sort of beat 'em up, sort of final fight type thing. But you had the mini games, which kind of livened it up. Plus, the Simpsons aesthetic was like I was crazy for the Simpsons at the time, so it really stuck with me.
Hmm.
I remember there's a mini game where you've got to slap the character until they wake up because like they've fallen off a ledge or something and knocked unconscious. So there's a mini game to slap them, and whoever slaps their character awake first gets points.
Nice. See, that's even better than the slap fest on Wolverine in the Deadpool game.
Yeah,
And granted, it's nice. It's a nice, funny moment for a bit. You know, it goes on a bit too long in my books, but that's Deadpool. It kind of has to, which still makes it a little funny. But that's even better because it's like an actual contest.
yeah. Because it was a four-player game, and generally in the arcade, all four players are going to be used. Like it's always going to be four people playing, and yeah, you just sort of had to mash the buttons as fast as you could to slap yourself awake. There's a similar one where you had to inflate a balloon and like because like you had to chase after someone, you had to inflate the balloon so you could fly after them.
Right. Like Mario Party, except they fly away at the end of the game.
Yeah. No. Mario Party is one that I wish I had friends to play with. Because playing against the computer is not fun.
Yeah, like that is a game I really want to get a couple of people together and I want to play it. I don't care how, I don't care when, I want to be able to do that again one day. That is a game I
Yeah.
definitely miss.
I haven't played Pummel Party, but I believe that's similar.
Yes, I tested it out. It is pretty similar. You have to get past the fact that it's not Mario Party, but it is the same premise. But like, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just completely different. That's all. Like, there's no familiar characters, no familiar backgrounds, no games based on that. It's something new that you're not used to, not familiar with, kind of thing. Is all.
Does it have a sense of humor? Because I remember one of the things I liked about Mario Party was like Bowser was a real smartass.
I haven't played more than a game or two, but I haven't had the opportunity to see if it's like I haven't seen anything yet that has that kind of wit and anything going on. It's just
Okay.
I think it's more focused on the game and less on commentary about the game as the game plays, like Mario Party has. Like you like it doesn't seem to have as much of action on when you land on a space that Mario Party would provide.
I do think it's funny that so many people hurt their hands by doing the spin the controller as fast as possible, the joystick. That they had to remove it from like all subsequent Mario Party games because people were getting blisters on their palm from trying to spin the joystick in circles really, really fast.
Morons. Just fucking. There's a way past that. Just fucking go grab a metal coat hanger, probably one you used from your last abortion. Straighten it out, trim it down, wrap it around your wrist, and then create a tiny hook that you can use to loop onto the joystick, and then just move your wrist around. That way, your hand doesn't have to touch it and put pressure, but you're still fucking twisting it around. Come on, think, people.
But no, there was a lot of complaints about people hurting themselves playing Mario Party. So Nintendo actually said, okay, in the second one forward, we won't have anything where you have to spin the joystick in a circle.
See, I never once hurt myself in any game that required me to spin the joystick. There have been games that required me to spin two joysticks at the same time, and I managed to do that just fine.
I mean, I didn't either, but I just think it's funny that people were dumb enough to hurt themselves.
Sounds like kids need to drink more milk.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was just something about how can you be so stupid to injure yourself while playing Mario Party? It's just the thought of it boggles my mind.
The only acceptable injury that anyone should receive while playing a video game is them getting angry, throwing a fit, and whether it's tossing a controller or hitting something, and it like we'll use tossing a controller as an example because I really like it. Tossing the controller at the screen or something, and it bounces back, hits you in the face. And the only reason that's acceptable is because then I can laugh at you.
Yes, it's I've never been one for throwing controllers. Like those are expensive. I'm not going to throw it and break it.
When we were kids, like and teenagers, one of my brothers had I've had a pretty easy to get going temper in my life, and I still do in some cases. But he had a pretty good temper, like that put anyone to shame except for maybe our mother. And if he had trouble with a game, he would break a controller. There was a point where he had controllers on standby for when.
That's insane.
He's gotten a lot better since he's grown up and stuff, but it was just a phase kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I generally got pretty good control of my emotions. Like, there's been games that have pissed me off, but never to the point of wanting to break something. I mean, That doesn't help anything. That just breaks my stuff.
Like, yeah, I've been pissed off, and I've thought I just want to break something right now, and it's just because in that moment, I think it'll make me feel better. I know that even in that moment, I know that's the only reason I want to, and that's
Yeah.
probably the only reason that I don't, because I also know if I break something, whether it's mine or not, I have to fix or replace it. I don't
Yes,
want to.
exactly.
I'm pretty selfish. I don't want to waste my money on things I don't have to, especially when I don't have money coming in or that much coming in at all.
Exactly. No, that is exactly right.
So that's
Um,
helped me through my life. It's like, yeah, I want to, but I don't want to that badly.
I don't know why I reminded me, but when we were talking about arcade games, I remembered a game called Time Killers, and it wasn't a good game, but it had one really cool idea. You could chop the arms off the other player. So, uh,
Nice.
so how it worked was each character had a weapon, like a sword or an axe or whatever, and if you hit their arm in the right way, like certain moves could chop off arms. If you chopped off their sword arm or their weapon arm, then they basically had half the special moves that they could no longer do because they required the weapon.
Hmm.
And if you cut off the other arm, then it still limited their special moves, but not as much because like only the two-handed attacks were restricted. And you could lose both, and if you lost both, then you basically could only kick. Um, and I just thought that was like a really cool idea. The game itself wasn't very good. It was like not very responsive controls, and it was just cheap cash in. But that was a really good idea. I'd like to see a game bring that back.
Hmm. Indeed.
It's, and there was a one hit kills if you could get their head off. If you could cut their head off, obviously instant kill.
Good. That's
Uh,
good.
but obviously, like the moves that can take their head off were very very slow and easy to see coming. So you generally didn't get to hit with them, but when you did, it was really cool.
Hmm.
That is a game that I would almost be willing to download MAME just to play it, but then the fun wouldn't last long enough to justify it. I'd be playing it for like 5 minutes. Go, okay, now that I remember how this played, I'm going to stop now.
Hmm. Well, I think I didn't exactly make it through 8 beers, but didn't expect it to either. And I still got plenty of the day to go through, anyways, if I want to. But I think we've run long enough on this show, anyways, for today.
Alrighty,
As I said, it was a bit of an impromptu, just random thrown together kind of thing, which is why I kind of sent you a late invite. I didn't really think of it till before.
no worries.
It'd probably be easier if if I'm not doing game stream, it'd probably be easier if I brought people on to talk to, just instead of letting them come and chat and asking them that way.
Yeah,
Just for me, at least. I mean, but yeah, I think that'd be probably a good place to wrap up. And then
all right.
I'll probably go drink some more, eat, and then I'm gonna try and record myself watching the new Bill and Ted movie and just clip out the commentary if I do enough and make a video out of that tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool. Well, I would like to thank Jared Kiso for stopping by. If you swing by Jack Gunsky streams, maybe you'll get to meet Ice Cube. So there's that. So thanks for coming out.
And I would also like to thank Jared Kiso for either showing up or not showing up at any point of this being available on the YouTube platform. Uh, I would also like to thank you in advance for either spreading the word or not spreading the word to fellow actors such as Nathan Dales, K. Trev Wilson, or Mark Forward. But I would definitely like to thank you guys for making a good program such as Letterkenny. So keep at it, boys.
And for anyone who is actually in chat, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you guys. I know I think we've had a couple lurkers, and I appreciate it. Even if you didn't want to pipe up, the fact that you showed up is all I ask, and it's more than I ask actually, and I thank you for it. Whether I say it or not, I do. But enough of that hoo-ha. Let's get on with the wrapping up I just mentioned. So thanks guys for coming out. Thank you Johnny and Camel for showing up and stopping by for a bit. Thank you Terry for coming to hang out.
No worries.
And I shall see you guys probably in the chats of Lords of Night and or Minions of the Zoo.
Sounds good.
You may not see me, but I'll see you. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye guys.
Here's a story, one that's not of glory. And if you want to know about me, it is mandatory. Always been the underdog, never first pick. And it's immortality, I wish I could reverse it. Cause all I know is pain, and it's always the same. In another 100 years, I will still be to blame. Cause I am the fire that'll burn the match. Cause everything I touch turns to ash.